Dad went in to visit her. Said I bought a house. Bought the little house next to the firehouse on Arlington Avenue.
I'd like to call the Plymouth Board of Education regular meeting dated Wednesday, August 16th, 2023 to order at 7:04 p.m. We'll pledge the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right. Item number 2 on the agenda, I'd like to entertain a motion to adopt the agenda as presented. Do I have that motion?
So moved. Second.
By Mr. Showers, seconded by Mr. Foote. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Item number 3 on the agenda. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting of the Plymouth Board of Education, the retreat of June 7th, 2023. Do I have that motion?
So moved.
Was that Mr. Foote?
Yep.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Showers. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the Plymouth Board of Education dated June 7th, 2023. Do I have that motion?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Showers, seconded by Mr. Foote. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting of the Plymouth Board of Education dated June 28, 2023. Do I have that motion? By Mr. Foote. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Showers. Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ms. Lucian abstains from that motion. Item number 4 on the agenda, public comment. Any public comment? All right, recognizing Mr. Sandshaw, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record, please. Time limit is 3 minutes.
Marty Sandshaw, 7 Richmond Drive, Plymouth, Connecticut. I'm here to thank the Food Services Department and the Board of Education for the donation of the surplus kitchen equipment that they made to the Lions Club and particularly to the Terryville Fair. It's certainly going to take and make our operations more efficient, and it was a tremendous help to our capital budget. Without that, we could have done it, but it's just so much easier. And thank you so very, very much for that donation of that used equipment. Thank you.
Well, thank you to the Lions Club for all they do. Any other public comment? Seeing none, moving on to item number 5 on the agenda, the superintendent's update. At this time, I'd like to turn the meeting over to Superintendent Mr. Falcone.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone back for the 2023-2024 school year. We have had a very productive summer, and we're looking forward to our faculty and our children returning to school. As a reminder, our first day of school with faculty and staff is Tuesday, August 22nd, and that's for our new faculty and staff for their orientation. But the rest of our faculty returns on August 23rd for convocation and their opening meetings, followed by 2 days of professional development, and the first day for students is Monday, August 28th. Over the summer, we held 2 separate administrative retreats at Ed Advanced, where we received professional development on high-quality instruction, and we also worked on coherence and goal alignment across the district with a focus on academic achievement. Throughout the summer months, our technology and our maintenance crews have been very, very busy. Utilizing ESSER funds and switching over to lease agreements, we completed significant technology upgrades throughout the district. And we will also be able to provide updated devices to our entire certified faculty and devices to our entire non-certified faculty, which is a pretty significant feat based on some adjustments we made in the use of those funds. Besides getting our buildings ready for the new school year, Jim Mazon had a big project ahead of him in looking at the Eli Terry music classroom. That classroom has not been renovated since the school was built, and it was definitely showing. And so we utilized some funds remaining from last year's projects of the painting of the buildings that we had, and we utilized that to finish off that classroom. And now we are all set with those funds, and the classroom is ready for our students for when they return. Over the summer months, we actually did some teaching and learning with children, and we had summer school, and Beth is going to cover what happened across the school district.
Good evening, everyone. We had a busy and productive summer in Plymouth. We had 2 different summer schools that were ran for our students. We had one for general education, which was funded through ESSERS. A total of 47 students in kindergarten through 8th grade participated in a 3-week program in July that focused on ELA, writing, and math. 21 middle and high school students participated in a 3-week enrichment program that focused on career skills and personal finance, and 15 high school students participated in a 6-week credit recovery program. As for special education, some of our special education students participated in ESY, we call it extended school year. We ran a 6-week program for students in Apple and a 3-week program for students that require more special education over the summer in reading, math, or writing, just to kind of keep them up, not to see any kind of we don't want to see them slide back into in the fall, so we keep them up to date during the summer. We had a total of 23 students in Apple and 58 students in our 3-week program. The teachers left time to have fun, though. They had a pajama day, they had water play on Fridays, so they do make it a fun time for the kids while they're there. And I just want to take a moment to thank all of the summer school coordinators, the general and special education teachers, related service providers, and paraprofessionals that worked this summer to make it a successful summer for our kids.
And finally, we have 3 new Board of Education representatives from Terryville High School. They'll be starting in September with the focus, as the board discussed, about talking more about their experiences here in our schools. We discussed about, we could look up the scores of the games and so on and so forth. So they're going to talk about, what was it like coming back to school this year, and how was that pep rally, and to talk about actually things that they're experiencing in our schools when they return. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the administration, the technology department, the maintenance department, the secretaries, everyone that was involved in getting us ready to open up the school year. And I'm looking forward to an amazing school year with our children and our faculty and staff. And that's all I have for this evening.
Okay, thank you. I would like to add one thing before moving on. I don't know if this is Ms. Malil's first meeting as the assistant superintendent. I believe it is, correct?
It is, yes.
It is, so welcome in a new role. So,
Thank you, and thank you to the board for my new role. I appreciate it, and look forward to working with you guys.
okay, item number 6 on the agenda, new business. So the Plymouth Board of Education policies, Mr. Falcone spoke about those. Is there anything you want to add more?
No, the only thing is I'm asking for this to be the first read this evening, and so we could come back hopefully in September and make revisions and adoptions.
Okay, any comments or questions under that item? Okay. All right, the Plymouth Board of Education goals for the public. We had a retreat prior to this. We discussed the Plymouth Education's goals for the upcoming year. So with that said, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the Plymouth Board of Education goals for 2023 to 2024 as submitted.
So moved.
All right, Mr. Showers, do I have a second? Ms. Lucian for the second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. All right. The draft Board of Education meeting dates for 2024, that was put into your packet, and it will be voted upon on September 13th, which just happens to be my birthday.
I was told.
Yes. Oh, you were told by who? All right. Item D, textbook approval. So what we have here is, this is a textbook. We have a firefighting program within Taraville High School. We've made some changes to that program this year. In the fire realm, in the fire world, some things have changed over time. Mr. Perugino, if I may, and Mr. Foote, I don't know if there had classes of fire when you were involved, but remember when you had 3 classes of fire when you were a firefighter? Right. Yeah, there is now 5. So they've added a lot of science and things of flow path and the science behind firefighting. So the textbook that was being used here is outdated. It doesn't have any of that new curriculum in it. So I recommended this book here. This is the firefighter skills with hazardous materials response built into the book. It's all encompassing. We don't have them yet, obviously, because we have to vote on it. I'm looking for approval. This book this evening also comes with the curriculum. And this is the textbook that the Connecticut Fire Academy and most of the regional fire schools, the Commission on Fire Prevention and Controls utilize.
In Connecticut?
Across,
Or the US?
across the country. Yeah.
Across the country?
Across the country,
Okay.
yeah. So this is put out by Jones and Bartlett, who publishes it, and it's adopted by the International Association of Fire Chiefs.
And FPA?
Oh, it's fully NFPA 1001, 472, and 1072 compliant.
Okay.
So,
Thank God.
I know.
I know, I was worried about that
Listen.
last one.
All right. So, with that said, moving along, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the purchase of the following textbook for Taraville High School.
So
Firefighter skills of hazardous materials response.
So,
Mr. Perugino, do I have a second? Mr. Foote, two long-standing firefighters, thank you. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
I do think it's important to point out that Russ Fuller ran the fire class here for a number of years and actually brought it into this high school, and we want to thank him for that.
Absolutely.
But we kind of shifted gears, as we're shifting gears with books, we're looking, with Walt's recommendation of someone that actually works at the college level in coming and helping us with this class to kind of bring us
Yes.
up to speed with regard to some
So
of the
if you look on your
items.
personnel report, we can talk about it right now. If you go down, you're gonna see a part-time teacher by the name of Shelley Forker. She is a career firefighter in the city of Stratford, full-time, and she also teaches at the college level. Building construction, fire behavior, fire science. So she's going to be the teacher of record for that program. Her and I have talked, through our connections, we're gonna have quite a few guests come in and speak as well. So I know that the fire chief with the city of New Haven, city of Hartford, city of Waterbury are all anxious and willing to come, and other firefighters that do this for a living, and that's the goal of the class. So, and we're gonna build that relationship between the school system and the local fire department, and hopefully our kids will go there and volunteer in their junior corps program and back and forth. So that's the intent. All right. Item number 7, board and committee reports, finance and operations. Mr. Tenza, what do you have for us?
Good evening. I really don't have a lot this evening. It is the start of a new school year. I just have 2 things I'd like to touch on. The first one is we are introducing a new online payment system. It's called KEV. Parents will receive an email from the school district on August 18th, inviting them to set up an account. And once this is fully up and running, they'll be able to pay for nearly all of the school activities that may come through, class fees, yearbooks, everything online. No need for cash and checks and worrying about how you send it in. You can do it from your own home. We're gonna introduce it relatively slowly. I say that because we wanna make sure we work out all the kinks. So we're gonna start with Chromebook insurance that is offered to all students. We can start seeing how those payments come in, how they fall into our accounting system, and then we'll build on it from there. So we're excited about that because we do wanna reduce the handling of cash, if you will, that comes into the buildings. And then the other thing that I talked to you about in the finance committee meeting is I just want to thank Alicia DePonte, who's been our food service director, who is leaving us for another opportunity. She's done a phenomenal job over the last 4 years, especially getting us through COVID and continuing the program and building on it. And we're also excited to welcome Jessica Peterson, who is going to be taking her place as the new director here in Plymouth. So, barring any questions, that's my report for this evening.
All right, thank you. As always, that'll be forwarded to the town, your report.
Yeah.
All right. All right, personnel report, you have it in front of you for submission. Any questions, comments, or concerns about the personnel report as submitted? All right, move along. All right, board liaison reports. It's that time of year, new school year. So if people could please forward me where you would like to represent. I know, maybe you want to stay right where you're at. I know Mr. Perugino, you had the middle school. Mr. Zabushka, you had Plymouth Center. The Booster Club, PTAs, things like that. So please get those to me, and then we'll sign those for September and get those off the ground, okay?
I do have a couple announcements just that would go under this. At Plymouth Center and at Fisher this year, we are not going to run traditional open houses. What we're going to do on next Thursday, which is the second day the teachers are back, we're going to do a meet and greet at their schools where the children and their parents could come in to meet their teachers, and they could have a discussion with their teachers just to help the kids feel more comfortable when they walk in. So they're going the first time with their parents in the school, and we thought that would kind of take the place of open house at Plymouth Center School and then at Fisher. And that is August 24th. Plymouth Center's is 4 to 6 p.m. and Fisher's is 6 to 8 p.m. because we could have children in both schools. The sixth grade orientation for new students is also on August 24th, trying to get the new students, and that's at 6 p.m. And the Terryville High School open house is September 7th, and Eli Terry's is September 12th. So if you do become a liaison and you wanted to stop by those schools for those events, that would be,
Even if you're not a liaison and you want to go as a board member.
you're always welcome.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Falco. All right, item number 9 on the agenda, public comment. Any more public comment? Going once. Twice. 3 times. All right, moving along. Item number 10 on the agenda, board comments. We'll start with Mr. Zabushka.
I'm glad to be back. And I wanted to add that for it's not the open house, but at Plymouth Center School on August 24th, the PTA will be there for those who want to join, and there's going to be the Spirit Wear web store will be there to kick things off if people want to buy things.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Perugino?
We didn't have a meeting this month or this summer, so I'll report next month. However, I'm glad, as a board comment, I'm glad to see that we got the fire technology program going. I know, Mr. Sancho, you're probably just as happy as I am. Mr. Sancho and I served together for many years, and we had the junior corps and so on, but this is a step up. And I'm glad to see it because we certainly need first responders all over the state. And our town is very, very fortunate and has been since 1911 to have volunteers. And we're very fortunate. And I just hope it keeps up. And I just want to thank the board for approving that. And Walt, for the work you did with the book and so on. I'm glad to see that. And these young kids got a good chance to learn something, make a good living. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Condrea Florenciani, did I get that right?
Yes.
All right, it's as close as I'm going to get to see.
Just with the new school year starting, in the 2 elementary schools and the middle school, there's PTAs that are always looking for people to join. At the high school, if you have students that are in the band, they have Friends in Music. If you have students that are athletes, you have the Booster Club. And if you have a student that is a senior, there's the TSA, and even if you're a junior parent, to kind of get the feel for your child's senior year. Those are all groups that really can use a lot of help and volunteers to get through the year.
Thank you. Ms. Lucian?
I just want to wish everyone a good and safe and happy beginning of the school year. Same, welcome back.
Mr. Foote?
Well, I gotta correct one thing. I was never a fireman, I was a commissioner.
Oh, well, all right.
But I feel the same way we do here, that I think it's the right thing to do. And I'd also like to say thank you on behalf of the Lions Club for what you did with our cafeteria materials. I was up to Fairgrounds last night. I couldn't believe what's there. So thank you very much.
Ms. Tilton?
Welcome to all the new staff members, and I hope everyone has a wonderful school year.
Mr. Showers?
Welcome back. And I don't know if you know it, on 8/23, they're gonna start milling and paving Route 6.
Bus company's aware, and we're working with them on routes and what we need to do. So,
And what time's the convocation?
convocation,
Oh, good point.
very good point. It starts at 10:45. 10:45 starts convocation. We switched it up this year. We're having everyone start off in their own buildings for breakfast, and then they're going to be, their computers are going to be distributed to them. Then they're going to have their faculty meetings in their own buildings, and everyone's going to come here for a 10:45 convocation. It's going to be quick. Pat will email everyone tomorrow. Is that okay, Pat?
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. So she'll email everyone tomorrow the times and the invitation. 10:45, it will be here at the high school in the auditorium, and it's only going to be approximately a half hour, because then we're going to celebrate everyone back with a district-wide picnic that we're going to do for about an hour, and then the teachers are going to go back to their rooms and get ready for the school year.
I know where you're gonna get some chicken. All right. The next regular meeting of the Plymouth Board of Education is on Wednesday, September 13th at 7 p.m. in the cafeteria at Taylorville High School. Item number 12 on the agenda, I'd like to entertain a motion to enter an executive session at 7:24 p.m. with respect to A, facilities discussion, B, athletic trainer contract, inviting Mr. Falcone, superintendent, Mrs. Malillo, assistant superintendent, and Mr. Tenza, business manager. Do I have that motion? By Mr. Foote, do I have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Showers, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? We are in executive session.
Hopefully we stay here.
Here, you wanna go to the board meeting?